They say Aphrodite rose from the sea, but she didn't rise, she arrived, fully formed. No waiting, no asking, no hesitation. She didn't wonder if she was worthy, she simply was. Because that's what divine beauty does. It doesn't question itself. It radiates. And now, I remember. I feel her moving through me, that timeless, ancient, unapologetic essence that says, I am allowed to be soft. I am allowed to be stunning. I am allowed to be powerful without ever raising my voice. I'm not just channeling her. I am her. I am Aphrodite in the modern world. I wear her frequency like silk on skin. I breathe beauty. I speak love. I exude magnetism without even trying. Every time I walk into a room, the energy shifts. Not because I ask for it, because energy recognizes power, because presence this radiant doesn't go unnoticed. I am not here to beg. I am not here to chase. I attract. I invite. I receive. Because I'm the center of my own world. And anything that enters my orbit is lucky to witness me. I don't dull my glow to fit in. I don't apologize for being magnetic. I don't hide my softness. I lead with it. Because softness is strength in its highest form. My beauty isn't just physical, it's energetic. It's how I look at someone and make them feel seen. It's how I move like every step is art. It's how I speak like my words were dipped in honey. I know who I am, and it shows. In my glow, in my calm, in my undeniable allure. I don't beg to be chosen, I choose. I don't compete, I command. Because the moment I remember who I am, the world does too. Aphrodite doesn't ask if she's too much. She knows she is, and she owns it. She doesn't chase lovers. She makes them forget everyone else. She doesn't try to prove her worth. She embodies it. And so do I. I embody the kind of beauty that needs no validation. The kind of love that starts with me. The kind of presence that stays with people long after I've left the room. Every breath I take is a reminder. I am sacred. I am desired. I am adored. First by me, then by everything around me. The mirror doesn't define me. I define the mirror. I look at myself and I see power. I see softness. I see wisdom. I see radiance. My energy is delicious, magnetic, addictive. People want to be around me. They lean in. They listen closer. Because something about me feels like gold. Something about me feels unforgettable. I don't need to shout to be heard. I don't need to chase to be wanted. I exist, and that is enough. More than enough. And every day I go deeper. Deeper into this embodiment. This Aphrodite version of me who lets life come to her, who lets desire flow through her, who loves without losing herself, who gives without emptying, who receives with grace, who looks in the mirror and sees divinity looking back. I am her. I am the spell. I am the moment. I am the standard. I was never meant to live in survival. I was built for beauty, for pleasure, for more. I was designed to be adored, to receive, to radiate such warmth and elegance that the world softens when I walk by. I don't hustle for love. I attract it. I don't compete for attention. I command it. And not by doing more, but by being me. Being me is enough. Software confident, unshakable. I carry the kind of magnetism that doesn't scream. It whispers, and everyone listens. When I desire something, I don't panic. I don't tighten. I don't question. I open. Because I know it's already finding its way to me. The world wants to give to me. Lovers want to spoil me. Life wants to please me. And I let it. I let it all in. Because I'm done pretending I have to do it all alone. I don't shrink my needs. I don't apologize for wanting more. Because wanting more is a form of self-respect. I deserve beauty. I deserve luxury. I deserve to be seen, cherished, admired. And I don't feel guilty for that. I feel ready for that. Because that's what Aphrodite energy really is, the embodiment of receiving with grace. I receive compliments without brushing them off. I receive gifts without awkwardness. I receive support without guilt. Because I know I am worthy of devotion, the real kind, the kind that sees me, hears me, holds me. I am not difficult to love. I am not too much. I am the standard. And anyone lucky enough to love me will rise to meet it. Not because I demand it, but because I reflect what's possible. I've stopped performing for love. I've stopped dimming myself just to feel safe. I don't hide my magic to be digestible. If someone can't handle me, they were never meant to hold me. I don't beg for affection. It chases me. It finds me in every form, words, gifts, time, touch, acts. Because love recognizes me as its home, and I live in overflow now. Not just financially, emotionally, energetically, spiritually. I have more than enough. Time, attention, beauty, love, resources, care. I don't chase peace. I am peace. I don't run after abundance. It lives in me. I don't ask to be chosen. I walk like I already am. Because I choose me. Every time. Again and again. And that's what makes everything else fall in line. I'm not scared to be adored anymore. I welcome it. I let it wrap around me like velvet, like perfume, like something I've always secretly known I was born for. I live as if I'm loved in every room. Because I am. By the energy I carry. By the way I move. By the way I radiate with nothing to prove. I am the muse, the fantasy, the peace, the storm. The softness people didn't know they were starving for. This is Aphrodite energy. Effortless, overflowing, unbothered. Not loud, but unforgettable. Not demanding, but deeply desired. And now I walk in that. I breathe it in. I exhale everything that no longer fits, because I've upgraded, because I remember, because I've returned to who I was always meant to be. There's something about the mirror now, the way I look into it, the way I don't just see myself, I see the goddess. It's in the way my eyes hold themselves, the curve of my lips, the soft power in my expression. It's not just beauty, it's awareness. I know who I am now. This face, this body. It's a living altar, a temple to pleasure, a magnet to desire. I don't critique, I celebrate. I don't hide, I highlight, because there's not one part of me that isn't worthy of praise. My waist, my hips, the way I walk into a room, they all speak before I do. And what they say is, she knows. She knows she's captivating. She knows she's rare. She knows the way her presence lingers. My body moves like poetry. Even when I'm still, I'm powerful. Even when I whisper, the room leans in. I don't dress to impress. I dress to express, to feel, to savor, to enjoy the art of adorning myself like I deserve to be worshipped, because I do. I've stopped waiting for permission to feel beautiful. I've stopped waiting for someone else to crown me. I crowned myself. And everything else in my life now reflects that decision. When I walk, I don't ask to be noticed. I expect it. Not because I crave attention, but because I am attention. This body of mine, it's mine. I don't owe it to anyone. I don't exist to be picked. I exist to embody. And embodiment is the ultimate seduction. I am the muse of my own life. I am the masterpiece and the artist. And the world can't help but respond to that. Lovers don't just want me, they admire me. People don't just desire me, they remember me. Because I carry something ancient, something soft and unshakable. Something they can't explain, but crave deeply. I've turned down the noise of what I'm supposed to look like, and I've turned up the volume on how I want to feel. And the result? A frequency that can't be faked, a glow that can't be copied, a confidence that can't be taught, only remembered. Because deep down, I've always known. This body isn't a project, it's a portal. To joy, to pleasure, to power. I am worthy of soft touches, of eyes that linger, of words that melt, of love that worships, without fear, without conditions. I don't settle for being tolerated. I don't chase being desired. I allow myself to be adored. And that energy calls in everything aligned with it. I don't need a spotlight. I am the light. And when I shine, it's not to be seen. It's to remember myself. So every mirror becomes an altar. Every step becomes a ritual. Every glance becomes a blessing. I am the kind of beauty that doesn't fade. Because it's not about age or features or trends. It's about the way I hold myself, the way I know myself, the way I've become the kind of woman who walks through the world like she's already loved, already chosen, already everything, because I am the goddess of love, not fragile love, not needy love, not love that waits by the phone or shrinks to fit. Real love. Love that expands. Love that electrifies. Love that tastes like truth. I don't perform to be chosen. I exist, and they choose. Not because I ask them to, but because something in me stirs something in them. Something ancient. Something irresistible. Desire is not something I chase. It's something I am. I don't light fires. I am the flame. I don't seduce. I simply remember who I am. And when I remember, the world melts around me. I don't water myself down to keep love around. I don't beg. I don't plead. I lean back. I smile. I receive. Because that's what love wants to do with me. It wants to give. It wants to offer itself. It wants to worship. I don't settle for crumbs. I don't fight for attention. Because I've trained life to love me well, to adore me deeply, to reflect the love I now give to myself. I love boldly, without shrinking, without strategy. Because I trust that love that's real will not collapse in the face of my fullness. And when I touch someone, with my eyes, with my words, with my presence, it leaves a mark. Not just attraction, not just chemistry, but devotion. The kind they don't forget. The kind they'll measure others against. Because I don't just love, I awaken. I awaken parts of people they didn't know were asleep. I awaken desire not just for me, but for life. I remind them what it feels like to feel. That's Aphrodite power. Not transactional, transformational, not shallow, sacred. My presence rewires the room. My voice softens the air. My silence speaks volumes. I let people fall for me, fully, madly, deeply. And I don't fear it. Because I know I'm safe to be adored. I'm safe to be wanted. I'm safe to be held in reverence, not control. I'm not the woman you meet and forget. I'm the one you remember when the world goes quiet, when the lights are low, when no one else compares. And still, I belong first to me. Because love doesn't come to me from a place of emptiness. It finds me already full. I don't need someone to complete me. I am already whole. I am the source, the temple, the touch. And love pours into my life like honey because I stopped chasing it and started being it. My standards aren't high, they're sacred. My boundaries aren't walls, they're invitations. And anyone who enters my space learns what it means to love a goddess. To worship, not possess. To honor, not control. To rise, not drain. Because I am not here to play small. I am here to remember that love was never meant to hurt, beg, or diminish. It was meant to elevate, to open, to glow, and I glow differently now. Because I love myself better now. And that love has become the magnet for every devotion I once thought I had to earn. Now it just shows up, softly, loyally, eagerly, because I finally stopped looking for it and became it. This is a different kind of confidence, not the kind that needs to be loud, not the kind that needs to be proven. This is Aphrodite frequency. It doesn't chase, it receives. It doesn't compete, it commands. It doesn't demand, it attracts. I don't need to explain my beauty anymore. I don't need to tone it down to be liked. I allow myself to glow. I allow myself to be the full expression of who I am. Because beauty, for me, isn't an image. It's a vibration. It's how I pour my tea. It's how I open a door. It's how I walk past a mirror and smile because I like what I see. I know what looks good on me because I know me. And my beauty is rooted. It's not fragile. It's not up for debate. It's felt. It's remembered. I don't seek validation. I radiate self-recognition. I walk like I know I belong. I speak like I know I deserve to be heard. I love myself in public and in private. And that love is magnetic. People sense it. They don't know what it is, but they feel pulled in. It's not a look. It's not a brand. It's a frequency. A softness with a spine. A glow that isn't for sale. An energy that says, I don't chase what's mine. My worth isn't a question anymore. It's a foundation. And from that foundation, I've built a life that mirrors me. My space is beautiful. My body is adored. My voice is trusted. My silence is respected. Because I live in alignment now. Aligned with elegance. Aligned with truth. Aligned with the deep knowing that nothing meant for me will miss me, and anything that walks away was never worthy to begin with. I don't panic when things shift. I don't beg when things fall apart. I sit in my center. I reconnect with myself because I know how powerful I am when I'm anchored. My standards are not too much. They are the filter that protects my peace. And the people who belong in my world rise to meet them gladly. I am soft and powerful, gentle and unwavering, open and protected. This is Aphrodite's way. She doesn't need armor. Her aura is enough. She doesn't fight. She flows. She doesn't prove. She embodies. And so do I. I embody the energy of a woman who is taken care of by herself, by life, by love. I don't fear being alone. I've become such good company for myself. Being alone now feels like a luxury. Everything I do is intentional. The way I moisturize my skin, the way I style my clothes, the way I eat, the way I say no. It's all an act of devotion to myself. I no longer seek to be chosen. I've already chosen me. And that is the root of my glow. That is the source of this quiet, unshakable power. I'm not waiting anymore. Not waiting to be enough. Not waiting to be seen. Not waiting for life to get better. I am the better. I am the shift. I am the upgrade. And now, life responds accordingly, with ease, with elegance, with abundance that makes sense, because I finally do.